What is up everyone, Movie Wayne back again with another video, and a bit of a different video today actually. Today I just want to say a big thank you to one of my subscribers. Now the reason I'm doing this is because I do shout out a lot of channels on here, you know, channels that interact with me and give me shout outs, but this guy hasn't got a channel, he's just a subscriber, and I comment with him all the time in my videos. But I just wanted to do a little video for him because the reason for this is, when I first started YouTube about 6 months ago, we're getting on to 7 months now actually, this guy has been with me from the start. He's commented on every single video I do. He has given me so much support, you know, even times when I doubted myself a little bit, people like him were giving me support, and he just really, you know, pushed me on and helped me believe in myself a little bit, to be honest. Now, this guy, I'm going to say his name, is Mark Jones, and I believe, Mark, that it is your actual birthday today. So, happy birthday, my friend. 48 years young, I believe. And I just want to say thank you so much, you know, for all the support you've given me, and I hope you have the most wonderful birthday. And to be honest, me and your son Dion have been doing a bit of talking behind your back, to be honest, and he's given me a list of your top 10 favourite movies. So I just thought it might be nice to go through your top 10 favourite films, but I've got a bit of a, you know, I'm going to have to apologise in advance because there are some movies on this list I just didn't have access to in time. Even if I ordered them online to watch them, you know, by the time they get there and I have to watch them, I just probably wouldn't have had time, you know, to, you know, go through the whole list. But I have seen at least half of these movies, so let's just get into it, and I'll just tell you what I think about each film. And the ones I haven't seen, I'll let you know what my thoughts are on them without seeing them. Now, the first movie, number 10 on your list, is As Above, So Below. You've actually recommended this movie to me. I just haven't got round to it yet, mate, I'm afraid. I think it's a found footage film set in Paris, I believe. I have heard a lot of people say that they enjoy this movie. I think it's a horror movie type, you know, horror movie type found footage film. So hopefully I can get round to that soon, mate, and do a full review on that on my Horror Revisited episode or whatever. So I'm sorry I didn't get to that one. Not a good start either, Mark, because the number 9 I couldn't get to it either, and that is Southern Comfort. I first heard about this movie about 15 years ago. No, maybe about 10 years ago actually. It was another YouTuber who I used to watch. He's not on YouTube no more, and he was talking about this movie, and it just went totally off my radar for some reason. And I remember you mentioned it not long ago, Mark, so I will try and get round to that. It does sound like one of the movies that I'd really, you know, be into. Now, the next movie I have seen, and this is in my top 10 personal favourite movies of all time actually, and that is Stand By Me. Now, what can I say about this? This is such a good, feel-good movie. You know, a real coming-of-age film. A great story, simple but so effective in its execution. It's a Stephen King adaptation. And my first thought of this movie, my first memories of this movie is when I went to a friend's house when I was about 8 or 9 years old. And, you know, my mum was friends with his mum, and I just went to his room to say hi, see what he was doing. And he had this movie on. It was about halfway through, and I just asked him if I could borrow it. And he said, yeah, go ahead. And that weekend, I think I watched it 3 or 4 times. It's just one of them movies that you can rewatch over and over and over again. If I was going to do a top 100 best movies of all times list, I would definitely put this in there. It's got great characters, and I just think it's a fantastic film. Definitely going to review this on the channel one day. Can't wait to revisit it again and, you know, go through all the details of it. But it's just a fantastic film. Mark, you've got taste, my friend. I can't argue with that being on your list at all. Next up, number 7 is Lemon Popsicle. Is it? Lemon Popsicle. And I haven't heard of this film until your son Dion sent me it. I'd never heard of it, but I asked my friend in work about it, and he said it was quite a good movie. He doesn't know if it's from the 60s or 70s, he can't remember, but he said it was quite a good film, worth checking out. But I'm sorry, Mark, I just did not get to that one in time, my friends. Sorry about that. Next up is a movie I have wanted to watch for the longest time, and I just don't know why I haven't got to it, and that's my fault. That is The Wanderers. I've heard it's a little bit like The Warriors, you know, kind of sound the same as well with the same title. Don't know if it came out in the same year actually. I might be wrong there, but sometimes movies do that, don't they? Like we had Quiet Place and Bird Box. I'm sure that's one of them movies where they're quite the same and they came out in the same year, but I might be wrong there. Heard great things about this movie. I just really do need to get to it. So, Mark, if I ever get to any of these movies on your list, mate, I will let you know in a video. Don't worry about it. Okay, next up is number 5, a John Carpenter film, and that is The Fog. Now, I've only seen this movie once, a long time ago. I thought it was okay, you know. I wasn't the biggest fan, but I could appreciate, you know, the creepiness of the fog in the movie and these, you know, pirates emerging from the fog. And I really, really need to revisit this one again. But I thought it was okay. You know, a lot of people have this up there, and maybe that's something on my part where I just didn't love it as much as everyone else. But, you know, I'm going to give it a rewatch. I do own it on Blu-ray, so hopefully I can get round to that and do a horror revisited on that again, which I'm sure you'll enjoy, Mark. You know, if you ever do a horror revisited episode on that, which I'm sure I will. I do plan on going a lot of horror movies and reviewing them all in detail. Next up, we have number 4, and that is Jaws. Now, this is in most people's top 10s, I believe. I've seen the movie twice, and the second time I watched it, I enjoyed it a hell of a lot more than the first time. I watched it for the first time when I was really young, and you've just got to appreciate how great this music is. Simple little keyboard note, you know, I don't know if Steven Spielberg came up with that, but so simple but effective. The way that just really sets the mood for, you know, Jaws is coming. It's a great opening scene of the movie. Like I said, one of Steven Spielberg's best films, if not his best. And I really, really am anxious to go back and revisit this one, actually. I've been saying to me, my fiance for the last few weeks, I really want to watch Jaws again. I think it's because the 4K's just come out and everyone's been talking about it that I really want to go back to this. And I always remember that kid getting attacked by the shark in the first opening 20-30 minutes. That's a strong scene to watch. But it's got great actors in there, you know, like I think Richard Dreyfuss is in there. It's just a brilliant movie. It really is. Well put together. Can't say too much about the sequels, but Jaws is a classic. I'm definitely another one I will be going and reviewing on the channel for sure. Next up, number 3 is The Evil Dead, another movie I've seen, and I remember when I first watched this, I was really, really creeped out by this film. Second time I found it, you know, a little bit more funny and a bit more comedic, but, you know, the makeup's great, you know, it's a great little story. I love movies that are set in the woods, especially horror movies, which most of them are. Movies that are set in the woods are mostly horror movies, but that's a great movie to have in your top 10, Mark. A real good 80s, you know, horror classic there. And this was on the Video Nasties list, I believe. It was. I remember Mary Whitingale, is it? She was the you know, this lead, what you call it, you're like someone who, president, if you like, of this group who was trying to get rid of all these horror movies in the 80s here in the UK. And she said Evil Dead is the most extreme movie, and that's the one we need to get rid of. And when you look back, you know, there's well worse movies on the list that go into well more shocking subject matter than The Evil Dead. But it's a fantastic film. That tree scene, let's not talk about that one. But it's just a brilliant movie. It really is. And again, I will revisit that one day, I'm sure. I'm just finding my feet with the reviews a little bit, but I will definitely go back to that at some point. Next up is a lot of people's favourite movie. This was actually number 1 on IMDb for quite a while. In fact, I think it still might be, actually. And that is The Theshank Redemption. A movie that didn't do too well at the box office, but has just been known to grow over the years. And lots of people just have accepted how good it is and appreciate how amazing this movie is. And I gotta admit, I really do think it's a solid film. I don't know if I love it as much as everyone else, but it's a solid 9 out of 10, if not like a 9.5 out of 10. And it's just one of them heartwarming stories, isn't it? Morgan Freeman narrating the movie at his best. I feel so bad for that guy who gets out of prison and the store manager's horrible to him, the little old guy. It's really, it's cruel. But it's just a brilliant movie, it really is. And one with a a fantastic ending. You know, you watch the movie, you watch the ending and you go, wow. And then you just sit back and think about how good that movie was. You know, you really do. You know, all the corrupt wardens and prison guards in there as well. It just makes for a fantastic story. So, how refreshing do them beers look as well when they're on top of the prison, just drinking them cold beers. Yeah, so the Theshank Redemption, fantastic film, cannot argue with that one at all, Mark. And I'm really, really sorry, Mark, but the #1 movie that you picked is Philadelphia, and I just have never seen this film. And another slap on the wrist there, because I really should have got to this. I've heard it's one of Tom Hanks' best performances. Denzel Washington in there as well. I just didn't have access to the movie, mate. There was one I wanted to watch, it was that, and I just couldn't get to it. So I'm not one of them who illegally streams movies, I'm afraid, guys. But yeah, I will get it on Blu-ray at some point. And because I missed it out, Mark, I will do a full review on that for you in one big video. So hopefully I can get to that soon. I might order it on Blu-ray this month actually and get it watched and do the review. And that is Mark's top 10. Quite a solid top 10 from the ones I know. I know the ones I haven't seen are meant to be good movies. So that's quite a solid list, my friend. You have quite the exquisite taste in movies. And I just want to say once again, mate, thank you for all your support. It really does mean a lot. Thank you so much for commenting on all the videos I do, and you know, just really surging me on there. At the start I didn't get many comments, but you were always there, you know, to give me some support. So, but like I said, all my subscribers, I love you all. Thank you so much for even clicking that button and subscribing to this channel, and I'm just glad that you're all enjoying the content. So thanks so much, Mark. Enjoy the rest of your birthday, my friend. I'm sorry Everton couldn't get the 3 points yesterday for you and for myself, but hopefully they will top off your birthday weekend with a win on Sunday. Enjoy the rest of your birthday, mate. Have a bevy if that's what you do. If you like a drink, have a bevy tonight. Maybe throw Philadelphia on. Who knows? Thanks so much, Mark, for all the support. And everyone, thanks so much for watching the video. Take it all easy, guys. And I'll see you all in the next video.